Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between, to tonight's stream with me, Amayirot Akago, as we're going to be tackling the next episode in the Ben Jordan saga, Case 4. The subtitle kind of eludes me, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see exactly what this story will entail. Always a surprise. Oh, excuse me if I sound a bit tired. Had a bit of a busy day. Drove up to IKEA earlier today and picked up a brand new bookcase to store all of my big box PC games in, among other things. Was quite an undertaking, considering the thing is 2 meters high, and it didn't exactly fit in my car. My dinky little Hyundai i10. But fortunately, an employee was friendly enough to give me a hand and help me tie up the back door with a bit of rope, so I could carefully drive my way back home with that loaded in there. And then we had to put the thing together, which took the better part of the afternoon. But it's done now, and yeah, nice bit of space, looks great. It's black wood. Now we just gotta fill her up. And aside from that, been doing the usual the past week, but still watching Summer Games Done Quick. Still having fun. Playing a bit of Metal Gear Solid 5. And, well, one of the major other things I wanted to report. Been making major strides with my Adventure Game Studio project, which should be done very soon now. I've already sent out a build to a couple of friends of mine for quote-unquote beta testing. And, based on their responses, I've already cracked a few bugs that I wouldn't have noticed on my own. So that's cool. Very pleased with how far I've come. It's a really short game and it's really simple, but it was a very good bit of practice for anything I want to make in the future, so I'm happy with that at least, and I'm eager to see what the Adventure Game Studio community at large will think of it once I release it on there. Yeah, just a couple of last loose ends to tie up before I do that. The chat is pretty barren again tonight, unfortunately. Hoping to see maybe one or two people show up later on, but how about for now we just start the game.
G-R-U-N-D
Best time to unfocus the window. Now it's going to be repeating that for infinity. Alright, Ben Jordan Case 4. Let us watch the intro. London, England. Office of Percival Quentin Jones, 5:45 p.m. That's the police constable who assists... No. I'm getting it mixed up again. He was the guy from the university who came to investigate the whole witch thing last time around. Ah, Mr. Jordan, you've arrived at last. Please come in and take a seat. Oh, Ben's got a spiffy new outfit, I see. Thanks, Professor Jones. Please, call me Percival. I understand completely. It's extremely difficult. Whoops. Although your field isn't legitimately accepted, I have to admit I was impressed with your detective skills. Now then, according to Scotland Yard, you provided all your information on this mail home case, so we can finally put that bad business behind us. I trust you've been enjoying your stay in London? Yeah, it's a really nice place. I haven't been able to take in as many sights as I'd have liked, but... Odd. I wasn't expecting any visitors. Come in. Good day. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. I'm looking for Mr. Ben Jordan. That's me, sir. Ah, good. I was told I might find you here. May I ask who you are and what business you have with Mr. Jordan? Oh, of course. How rude of me. My name is Randolph Miggs. I own a rare and antique bookshop at number 50 Berkeley Square. I've come seeking the assistance of Mr. Jordan, as we've had a recent problem with paranormal activities. Well, that's what I'm here for. Let me guess. Ghosts, right? Well, yes, but you see, it's not just your garden variety ghost. Our building has a bit of a sinister history behind it, which sets it apart from other haunted places. Oh, do tell. There have been many versions told throughout the years, but the most famous tale happened on a cold, foggy night back in 1843. Already getting spooky. Case 4. Horror at number 50. Hey look, clones! Oh, and me feet are killing me! We need to find a place to rest, or I'm likely to drop dead where I stand. Damn this fog, I can't see a thing! London's not what it used to be, that I can tell you. Well, when I was a young man... Now's not the time for your stories. We need to find some place to bed down for the night. Any ideas? This place looks as good as any. Look, there's even a to-let sign on the front door. All we need to do is find a way in. Window open. The window down there looks like it's been left open. Come over here and give me a hand with it. This is gonna end badly for them. I've searched the entire house. All the doors are locked. Well, let's just leave this one then. It's unlocked. Good, I'm absolutely shagged. Shagged? Oh, this room will do. There aren't any beds, but I've slept on worse surfaces than stone floors. This'll be absolute murder on me back, but I suppose if it's all we've got, it's better than the streets. Did you just hear something? I didn't hear anything. It's quiet as the grave in this place. Listen, it sounds like someone is coming up the stairs. I thought this place was deserted. I thought so too, but... It sounds like someone's outside the door. Oh boy. What in God's name is that? Ooh, nasty. The next morning, a police officer found the dead sailor impaled on the front gate. Upon entering the house, he found the other sailor huddled in a corner. He'd gone completely mad and died a few days later. But what was it they saw? No one knows for certain. Everyone has always just referred to it as the horror. The horror. So this horror has been giving you trouble and you want me to take a look around the house? Yes, something like that. Will you take the case? Sure, sounds right up my alley. Excellent. I shall arrange for a taxi to collect you and take you to number 50 tomorrow afternoon. I look forward to seeing you there. Now, if you shall excuse me, I have some other things to attend to. Good day. Goodbye, Mr. Miggs. Good day to you, Mr. Miggs. So I suppose you're actually going to investigate this so-called horror? Sure, I don't see why not. Are you sure this Miggs fellow can be trusted? I know this all seems like a bunch of nonsense to you, Professor Jones, but in my line of work you have to take leaps of faith. Very well, I wish you luck. You have my mobile phone number, correct? Yeah, I wrote it down here somewhere. Do not hesitate to contact me if you need anything. I won't. By the way, do you think you could do me a favor? I have a few items with me that are valuable, and I don't want to take them with me to the house. Could I leave them with you? Of course, Mr. Jordan. I shall make sure your valuables are kept safe. Well then, I guess I better go get some rest. I've got a big day ahead of me tomorrow. Good evening, Mr. Jordan. Oh, and do be careful. Was I careful when I knocked a vampire's head off of his shoulders with a rope on a hook? A hook on a rope? So this is the infamous number 50. Doesn't look too scary to me. This case should be easy for once. Don't be too sure. Hello? Are you Miggs? No, my name's Ben Jordan, but I'm waiting for Mr. Miggs too. Pleasure to meet you, Ben. I'm Simon Booth. May I ask what business you have with Mr. Miggs? I'm a paranormal investigator. He contacted me because he says there's been some ghost-like activity in his house recently. Why, that old devil. Pardon me? Mr. Miggs contacted me for that very same reason. I only just spoke to him over the telephone yesterday. You see, I'm a ghost hunter. The stories of number 50 have interested me for quite some time, but there's been no activity for years. So naturally, I jumped at the chance when Mr. Miggs rang me for this case. Well then, I guess we'll be working together. Funny, I wonder why Miggs didn't just tell us he was hiring more than one person. I smell a trap. Ah, Mr. Jordan, Mr. Booth, I'm glad you've arrived. Please do come in. After you. Well now then, I'd like to thank you all for showing up. Although I must apologize for not mentioning that I called on more than one person earlier. You see, I've searched for paranormal investigators with unique talents, each one valuable to the case at hand. I should now introduce everyone. Please tell us all something about yourself when I call your name. First, we have Miss Alice Wilkins from Sacramento, California, USA. Hi, I'm a student at Harvard where I major in parapsychology. I contacted Mr. Miggs when I heard the story of number 50 and he asked me if I'd be interested in investigating it, and here I am. She looks saucy. Thank you, Miss Wilkins. Now we move on to Mr. Simon Booth from Birmingham, England. Well, I'm a professional ghost hunter. I believe in using technological devices to help detect ghosts, things like infrared goggles and the like. I've never actually seen conclusive proof of ghosts, but I've stumbled across some promising leads. Next we have Madame Tilly Rosenquist from right here in London. Thank you, Mr. Miggs. I am one of the few in this world gifted with the second sight, one known as a true seer. I have over 50 years of experience speaking with the dead and hope to make some contact in this house. I can already feel tremendous amounts of psychic energy emanating from its walls. From Mannheim, Germany, we have Mr. Otto Schneider. Hello. Care to tell us a bit about yourself? Not really, no. I do not like talking about myself. What hell kind of accent was that? Very well. Finally, we have Mr. Ben Jordan from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. Please tell us about yourself. You've put me on the spot, Mr. Miggs. I'm just a freelance paranormal investigator. Nothing special about me, really. Well then, now that you all know who everyone is, it's time I took my leave. You'll each find a room upstairs which have been prepared for your comfort. I've left instructions on how to contact me should the need arise in each of your rooms. Good luck and farewell. Suspicious. So, now what? Well, I don't know about you, dear girl, but I'm absolutely exhausted. I will be having a nap in my room. Real paranormal investigator convention here. I too will be going to my room. Those two certainly are eager, aren't they? I'm going to start exploring this place. Are either of you up for joining me? I think I'll pass for now. I've still got jet lag, and the idea of a quick nap is sounding better and better. Fair enough. What about you, Ben? You go on ahead, Simon. I'll catch up. Alright then, let's get this investigation started. Whew, that was a lengthy introduction. Meeting all of these different characters. Ooh, that's a classic cell phone. Your brand new cellular phone. This gig doesn't pay so bad after all. Looks like a Nokia. It is a Nokia, but I see what they did there. But this thing doesn't even have a phone book. Lame. How do I put this thing away? Oh. Okay, I have Percy's number here, should I need to call him. Right. As the man said, let's start the investigation. It's a window covered in a thick layer of filth that prevents you from seeing through it. A lot of books, ancient history, travel, Harlequin romance novels, adventure books. A title catches your eye, The Cup That Started an Empire by C. Jones. Ah, I see what they did there. Referring to the famous adventure game studio Blue Cup and Chris Jones, the creator of AGS. You pull the book off the shelf and flip through it. This is an exciting book, but you lose interest around the part about global ints and strings. A feeling not wholly unfamiliar to me. Okay, what are the other books? Art, food and cooking, popular fiction, House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielowski. Is that a real book? House of Leaves, that sounds familiar. Odd, the book won't come off the shelf. Oh well. Must be a secret passage behind the bookcase. Shelf contains books on music. Pentatonic Perils by A. Slott. Interesting, but now you've got this damn tune stuck in your head. Books on the paranormal. Oddly enough, none of the titles seem very interesting. Oh. Encyclopedia set from the 1800s. Not exactly up to date. Self-help books. Books on farming and veterinary care. Keeping Your Sheep in Shipshape by Brian Williams. Oh look, it's illustrated. That's disgusting! Poor sheep. You see no reason to look under the rug at the moment. Sheep and a guy named Brian? I wonder if that's a... No. I was thinking of Ben Chandler, the another famous Australian AGS developer who collaborated with this game's creator Francisco Gonzalez on several other games. Ah, here we have the German guy. Ah, Mr. Jordan, how may I help you? Still trying to pin down this guy's accent. Otto Schneider. Has an air of mystery about him, but he seems approachable. Otto has brought his laptop along. By the look of it, he relies heavily on searching through paranormal forums on the internet. 3 books are piled on a desk. The titles are in German, so you can't understand them. Otto's suitcase is full of jeans and t-shirts. It makes you feel better about wearing the same outfit 3 cases in a row. He has a bit of a Gabriel Knight vibe going about him. Maybe that was intentional. So how's it going, Otto? I'm afraid I have no time for small talk, Mr. Jordan. I'm very busy researching the case. Unless there was something specific you wanted to talk about? Would you mind if we talked about some things? Not at all. Tell me about yourself. As I said earlier, I do not like talking about myself. If a situation arises where some personal details need to be divulged, then I will be glad to comply. However, right now my life is not relevant to the investigation. What's your impression of the other investigators? I do not speak about people when they are not in my presence, but I will say that Mr. Miggs has chosen a fascinating group of people. I think this investigation will benefit from having such an eclectic bunch working on it. What are you researching exactly? Currently, I am trying to collect as much outside information as I can on this house. There are so many conflicting reports on the paranormal activities here over the year, I want to be sure I've read them all. Good idea, covering all your bases. You're very thorough. I feel one has to know their enemy before going into battle. It makes it easier to identify their weaknesses. Ooh, do not get on this guy's bad side. He'd make a great general. That is quite amusing, Mr. Jordan. I'll let you get back to your work. Alright. And I will be stepping out for just a minute. Be right back. I am back, and we will continue with the game. That would be awkward. It would be very odd if you started searching through the drawers with Otto sitting right there. Stay out of my stuff. I wanted to check out the other door, actually. You have your own bathroom, don't be rude. Alright. No response. The room is either empty or its occupant can't hear you knocking. He's dead. Call the police. There's no response. This must be my room. Man, what is it with the paintings in here? This one's sure to give you nightmares. Small lamp sits on the nightstand and helps brighten the room. Anything inside? You find a small piece of paper with some handwriting on it, which you take. These point sounds keep getting weirder. The paper says Miggs, 020 74 28 4800. Nope. There's got to be an easier way to check phone numbers with this thing. O 20 74 28 4800. 020 74 28 4800. Huh? What? Hello? Hello, Mr. Miggs, it's Ben Jordan. Ben, it's how lovely to hear from you. How's the investigation going? Well, actually, I wanted to ask you a few questions. Alright, ask away. We didn't get much of a chance earlier to talk about you. What can you tell me about yourself? I've been in the antique book business for well over 50 years. It's a family business, you see. The Miggs family has passed down the shop for several generations. Aside from that, I can't really think of anything about myself that could possibly interest you. Tell me about this house. My family purchased it in 1925, and we've had our antique bookshop here ever since. As far as its history is concerned, however, I'm afraid I can't be much help. You see, I grew up hearing the stories, but there was never any actual paranormal activity until recently. You weren't quite clear on what exactly this paranormal activity was. Wasn't I? Oh dear, I must apologize. The urgency to be rid of this phenomenon must have made me forget. About a week ago, I was in the storeroom behind the travel room clearing out some old boxes. Suddenly, I heard what I thought were footsteps above me, which would be the room on the 4th floor. I assumed it was an old pipe or the house settling, since I was alone at the time, but then it suddenly got very chilly in the room, and I saw a dark figure enter the room through the wall. It stared at me, then floated through the wall. I don't need to tell you, I was out of the house so quickly I dropped my best scissors somewhere and didn't bother going back to search for them. Just thought I'd check in and let you know that the investigation's going pretty well. I'm glad to hear it, Ben. Just out of curiosity, have any of the others contacted you yet? No, you're the first one. That's all I wanted to know. Goodbye, Mr. Miggs. Goodbye, Ben. Scissors. We'll probably need to remember that. You don't have to go right now. You wash your hands. Ben Jordan, Paranormal Investigator. Nice new clothes you've got there. You look into the mirror and see your reflection staring back at you. Hey, is that a zit? While the idea of a warm bath sounds appealing, you've got a case to worry about. Probably don't need to go to sleep yet. Let's check on some of the other guests. Nobody in there either. Or they're dead. Or sleeping. Self-portrait by Francis Bacon. Travel room. Oh, this leads up to the attic or whatever. Let's not go up here just yet. Ooh, fancy. You know, for an old abandoned haunted house, place doesn't seem that shabby. The 3rd of May shootings by Goya. Who did they hire as their interior decorator? The Marquis de Sade? Bookshelf full of light reading material. 3 ornate mirrors sit over the fireplace. Mirrors are too high for you to reach, which is probably intentional. One of a pair of couches provide a place to relax and enjoy the room and perhaps a book. Haven't got time to lounge around right now. Anything in the fireplace? Nope. Excuse me. Well, this place is creepifying. A cardboard box probably full of more books. Ah, scissors found. So this is where Miggs saw the horror. Several books that couldn't stay on the shelf currently occupy the floor. Nothing particularly interesting. All the older, more obscure tomes. From before the 18th century. No interest in browsing through them. Ah, Philistine. Nice mood lighting they've got in here, isn't it? Nothing else. No, nothing else of interest in the box. Fine. Then we'll look elsewhere. Hang on. I haven't actually bothered to check if there's anything behind these paintings or anything. Guess we'll find out later. Let's go up to the attic. Whatcha, Ben? Decided to have a look around? Yeah, this place is something else, huh? You can say that again. Old Miggs really got us a good one this time. Bell? A small bell is attached to the wall. A small rope extends into the wall. There must be a way to ring it from inside the other room. Padlock? A large padlock has been placed on the door to keep intruders out, or whatever's behind the door in. Ooh, there better not be a Shoggoth or anything there. How's it going, Simon? I can't complain. Hey, Simon, could I ask you a few questions? Of course, Ben. What can I do for you? So tell me about yourself. Oh, I'm all for being friends, Ben, but right now I'm trying to figure out how to get into this room. We can chat together. We can chat later. I'm planning on calling together a meeting tonight anyway. Oh, alright. What do you think of the other investigators? They seem an interesting lot. It'll be refreshing to work with such a diverse group of people. What's your impression of Alice? She seems like a nice girl and she's not bad to look at either. I've my doubts about her experience, but we'll have to wait and see how she performs if we encounter any paranormal activity here. People keep throwing that term around so much, it keeps making me think of the movies. Not that I've ever seen them, nor do I want to see them. What's your take on Madame Tilly? She's awfully dramatic, I can tell you that straight away. I'm not one to rush judgment on people, but I was never much into that psychic stuff. If she thinks she can talk to the dead, then that's fine for her. It'll come in useful if we meet any ghosts. What do you think of Otto? To be honest, I have no idea. He's definitely the strong silent type, though. Hopefully he'll warm up the longer we're here. We're supposed to be working together, and if he does his own thing, we may not get optimal results. What's with this door? This is the door, Ben. The door? Yeah, the one into the room where it all happened. I'm dying to get in there and have a look around, but as you can see, there's this huge padlock on the door. And I haven't got any tools to break open padlocks, I don't suppose you do. I'm afraid not. Well, do me a favour, and if you come across anything that might help us get in the room, let me know. Will do. That's all I wanted to know. Alright. Dang it, Ben. Why'd you have to get rid of that perfectly good crowbar? Oh yeah, it snapped in two. The bell feels cool to the touch. But bare hands are no match for a sturdy padlock. Well, can they resist a pair of scissors? Well, maybe if Ben gets out of the way first. You try picking the lock with the scissors, but find it impossible. Almost as if the lock doesn't want to be picked. Worth a shot. You tried and failed. The lesson is, never try. Hello, Fletchard. How you doing? Nice of you to show up. Yeah, as I was saying, wanted to check behind some of the paintings to see if maybe there was a safe behind one of them or something. Housework. Yeah, happens to the best of us. I was busy this afternoon putting up a new bookshelf. Whoops. Let's just close that folder again. That keeps happening. Yeah, it seems interesting so far. Pretty diverse cast of characters this time around. Yeah, that's my room again. Oh, wait. Another painting. The others aren't exactly being hospitable, other than Otto. Ah, Mr. Jordan, how may I help you? Say, Otto, you wouldn't happen to have any tools or anything that could pick locks, would you? No, I'm afraid I don't. Why do you need to pick a lock? Simon and I are trying to get into the room on the 4th floor. I see. Well, I'm afraid I cannot help you. However, I suggest contacting someone who knows more about the house than we do. Like Miggs? I'll let you get back to your work. Alright. Well, as it is, I needed to call Percy anyway. 020-446-0976. 020-446... Oh, 04... 020-446-0976. Okay, that is... It's damn annoying that you can't just look up a phone number on the phone and you have to enter it manually. Well, suppose I could just write these down. Right. Let's try that again. 020-4469. What the? Ah, you gotta be quick too. There we go. You've reached the office of Percival Q. Jones. How may I help you? Professor Jones, it's Ben Jordan. Ah, yes, Mr. Jordan. I trust your investigation is going well. Well, enough, I guess. Listen, I was wondering if we could talk about some stuff. Certainly. What can I do for you? What have you been up to since I came to the house? Filling out paperwork, mainly. I've also been preparing a lesson on proper crime scene investigations for my class. I hope you don't mind me citing you as an example in this mailhome case. No, that'd be fine, as long as it isn't a negative example, of course. Oh, no need to worry about that. As I said, your technique was quite impressive. Well, thanks. I was wondering, since I haven't got internet access or anything in here, if you could do some research for me. I am somewhat busy, but I'm certain I could make some time. What would you like me to research? Could you see what you can find about the history of number 50? I get the feeling that knowing more about this place would be beneficial to the investigation. Very well, I'll see what I can find and ring you if I discover anything pertinent. Thanks, Professor. I appreciate it. Well, that's all I wanted to talk about. Alright, if you need anything, don't hesitate to ring me again. Goodbye. Right, but I was actually meant to call Miggs, I reckon. Let me just write this number down, too. Oh. That's not helpful. Okay. As for there being an Easter egg to dial 911, probably not, considering we're in England. Can always try. The phone rings for a while, but nobody answers. Then you remember that 911 isn't the emergency number in Britain. See? Told you. 02074284800. Hello? Hello, Mr. Miggs. It's Ben Jordan. Ben, how lovely to hear from you. How's the investigation going? Well, actually, I wanted to ask you a few questions. I wanted to ask you about the door on the top floor. Ah, yes, the one into that infamous room. Simon and I were trying to get into it, but it's got a large padlock on it? Yeah, that's right. Indeed, the door's been locked for as long as I can remember. I've called the locksmith several times, but no one has ever been able to pick the lock. I've heard rumors that the key to the lock is within the house, but I've never bothered searching. Is that right? Do you have any idea where it could be? Not for certain, but I do remember hearing a story about a man who would come to the house, unlock the door, and spend time in the room. Supposedly he never took the key with him, but placed it somewhere special in the house. Of course, most of the rooms in the house have been remodeled over the years, so it could be anywhere if it exists at all. Are there any rooms that haven't been remodeled? Aside from the lobby, the stairwell to the top floor, and the storeroom behind the travel room, no. I see. Well, thanks for the information. That's all I wanted to know. Goodbye, Mr. Miggs. Goodbye, Ben. Lobby. As I recall, there was a book in the bookcase in the lobby. If this is the lobby. Yeah, that we couldn't pick up for whatever reason. Maybe that's not it. The emergency number in Britain? I have no idea, Fletchard. Wait, what? Oh. Got my hopes up with him walking towards it. See no reason to look under the rug at the moment. Never mind then. The front door. No, you're not leaving until you figure out what's going on. Well, it's 112. Huh. Funny. That's actually the same emergency number as in the Netherlands. Guess that's not a valid number. No. I guess he didn't think that far ahead. to actually put that number in. Look for key in storeroom, lobby, or stairwell. Lamp, lamp, lamp. Any loose stairs, maybe? No. Storeroom, lobby, or stairwell. And maybe it's in the storeroom somewhere. Not in the lamp. Well, there's a lot of crap on the bookshelf, but nothing that Ben wants to interact with. Unsurprisingly. It's always the thing with bookshelves in these kind of games, isn't it? Yeah, we already checked the box. We found the scissors in there. Nothing about those books either. What's in the box? Huh. There's nothing down this way either, by any chance? Nah, didn't think so. Or this way? Okay. Didn't miss anything then. I'll go check the lobby again just to be on the safe side. No, nothing under the rug. Oh! The key to her heart, and discovered that it isn't a book at all. It's a box with a small lock on it. Ah. Using the sharp point of the scissors, you manage to pick the lock on the book. Inside you find an old rusty key. Bingo! I guess I didn't look thoroughly enough in the books then. Oh well. We got the key. Let's see if it fits on the lock. Simon, look, I found the key to the padlock. Amazing, Ben. Where did you find it? It was hidden inside an old book in the lobby. Brilliant. Well, don't just stand there. Open the door. With trembling hands, you stick the key in the lock and begin to turn it. Then suddenly... Oh, crap. What was that? It sounded like a woman screaming from downstairs. Let's go see what's going on. Well, what about the door? We can come back to it later. Someone might be in trouble. You're right, let's go. Everyone seems to be alright. Hello, hello, what's all this shouting? We'll have no trouble, eh? You may think it's time for jokes, Mr. Booth, but I just had the most dreadful nightmare. Relax, Madam Rosenquist. Please, tell us about it. Well, I was in a large empty room. It seemed to be a room in this house, yet I found it odd that there were no furnishings anywhere. Then I noticed there were no doors or windows anywhere, which concerned me because I had no way of escaping. Suddenly, a dark figure came floating through the wall. It had the shape of a man, but it was very tall, and it looked straight at me. When I saw its horrid face... Oh, it gives me chills just remembering it. Burning red eyes and no facial features to speak of. It was a most terrible sight.
But then the spectre came at me with outstretched arms. Its hands were almost claw-like, and just as it was about to grab my neck and choke me, I awoke screaming.
It sounds awful. Are you feeling all right now?
Yes, dear girl, thank you for your concern. However, I feel this nightmare is a sign. There is an evil spirit lurking in this house, and it is not at all pleased with us staying here.
The feeling's mutual.
Well, until it appears and tries to do me in, I'm going to keep having a look around. I would advise against that, Mr. Booth. I foresee tragedy befalling you if you stray too far from the rest of us.
Oh, come now, Madam Rosenquist. Don't you think that's being just a bit melodramatic?
Scoff if you will, Mr. Booth. I am merely communicating what the spirits tell me.
If you don't mind, I think now that we've more or less settled in, we should discuss our plans.
Oh yes, Ben's just reminded me. I was going to call a meeting this evening so we could do just that.
That sounds like a good idea. What time should we meet?
How about in, say, an hour's time? That'll give us all a chance to freshen up before starting the dirty work.
Very well.
Okay, then I'll meet you. We meet in an hour in the travel room. I'll see you all there.
Drop my pen.
Yeah, this game's got kind of a 5 Days a Stranger vibe so far. You know, everyone together in a haunted house trying to figure out what is happening. Haven't got the desire to sleep at the moment. Washing my hands. Ooh, 2-ply softness. Well, now why did I even come in here if there's nothing to do? I guess it's not time yet. It would never sleep with Jabba the Fat looking over me. Well, in a place like this, it's not like you have a choice. I don't believe this. What's the matter, Simon? The bloody key has gone missing. Dun dun dun. What? It was in the lock when we left this room and now it's vanished. Maybe someone took it? I was behind you when we left. Everyone else was downstairs when I got here, and I was the first one back in here. So it wasn't any of the 5 of us. Damn it, we were so close, too. Relax, Sam. I'm sure the key is around here somewhere. As far as I know, ghosts can't pick things up. Or can they? Spooky, scary skeletons. You need to read up a bit more on ghosts, Ben. Anyway, I'm off to have a shower. I'll see you this evening. Why do you want to bet that he took it? Time for the meeting yet? No. Time to sleep? No. Time to harass the others? Oh, hi, Ben. Hi there, Alice. Are you doing all right? Yes, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. We've all got to watch out for each other. There's no telling what could happen in this house. That's part of what makes this case so exciting. Wink, wink. Alice, can we talk? Sure, Ben, what's up? Tell me more about yourself. I don't really think there's very much interesting information about me aside from what I already said. I'm from Sacramento and I major in parapsychology at Harvard. That's about it. I'm sure there's more than just that. Well, I like music. My favorite band is Led Zeppelin. No kidding, I love Zepp. Got all their albums? Of course, what's your favorite song? Kashmir, what about yours? Oh, that's a great one, but I'm more of a fan of Dazed and Confused. Oh yeah, that's another favorite of mine. Boy, I'm glad there's someone in here I have something in common with. Yeah, I know what you mean. Love interest. What do you think of our fellow investigators? In general or specifically? Both, I guess. In general, they seem like a good group. But I can't really tell yet since we've been here such a short while. What do you think of Simon? I like him. He seems like a really cool guy. And his accent is really cute, too. What is it about American girls and thinking English accents are cute? They are. It's different. I don't know. Right. How about Otto? Any thoughts on him? I don't know. He doesn't seem like a very talkative person. He's very polite and nice, but he just doesn't seem to want to get to know anyone. It's a shame, really. What's your opinion on Madame Tilly? She seems nice, but what? Well, don't tell anyone I said this, but she kind of freaks me out a little bit. I mean, I don't really believe in psychics, but the whole concept of being able to foresee people dying and stuff, it's just scary. As long as she doesn't ask to read my palm or anything, there shouldn't be any problems. Are you scared of what your future might hold? That's kind of a personal question, Ben. Oh, I'm sorry. It's alright. Could we talk about something else, please? What do you make of the nightmare Madame Tilly says she had? The parapsychologist's explanation would be that paranormal energies in the house have manifested themselves in Madame Tilly's subconscious. But I was taking a nap too, and I didn't have any nightmares. Maybe because you don't have a freaky portrait over your bed. Normally, if a ghost decides to make itself present in dreams, it affects everyone in the immediate area. But then there's lots of factors to consider, like the person's susceptibility to paranormal phenomena and things like that. How about the room she says she was in? Do you think there's a hidden room in this house? I'm not sure. She said there was no furniture, no doors or windows. The room on the top floor has a window and a door, so if she did see a room in this house, it must be someplace else. Interesting. You haven't by any chance been upstairs, have you? No, I haven't left my room except to go out into the hall. Why? There's a door on the top floor leading into the room where the horror was supposedly seen, but it's locked. Simon and I were trying to get in, and I found a key, but as we were going to open it, Madame Tilly screamed. And now it seems the key has disappeared. Disappeared? Are you sure someone didn't just take it? Simon was the last one out and the first one into the room, and he says he didn't touch it. That's strange. Maybe whatever haunts this house is some kind of prankster. Or Simon took it. There's nothing better than a playful ghost. Yeah, that's all for now. Okay. Just then, you hear what sounds like a muffled yell. Did you hear that? Yeah, it sounds like it came from Simon's room. Stay here. I'll go see if he's okay. Why should she stay here? Mr. Jordan, did you hear a yell too? Yeah, I think it was Simon. I was just about to check if he was okay. If you or he need any assistance, please let me know. Okay, thanks, Otto. Thanks for the help, Otto. Not even gonna bother checking up on him himself. Which room was this Simon in, anyway? Fearing that Simon may be in trouble, you decide to enter his room without knocking. Oh, that ain't good. Maybe he cut himself shaving. Going through Simon's drawers wouldn't be a very polite thing to do. Screw politeness, he might be dead. Or dying. Prepare yourself for the worst and enter Simon's bathroom. Simon? What's going on in here? Bloody hell, Ben, you scared me off to death. I'm sorry, I would have knocked, but I heard you yelling and I thought you might be in trouble. It's alright, I had time to get a towel from my dresser so as to not be stalkers if anyone came to check out what was going on. So what happened? Strangest thing, I was in the middle of my shower when all of a sudden the water turned to blood. That's about the time I yelled and jumped out. This is starting to get pretty damn creepy. You can say that again. You need any help cleaning this stuff up? No thanks, I think I can manage. But do me a favor and round up the others so we can have that meeting. I'll be there as soon as I wash up. Wash up with what? Oh, Mr. Jordan, is Mr. Booth all right? Yes, Madam Rosenquist, he's fine. His shower was just acting up on him. Oh dear, this does not bode well for him at all. I told him to watch out. It's lucky for him he did not perish. With all due respect, madam, I don't think any of us are in any immediate danger right now. Huh, shows how much you know. Anyway, Simon asked me to tell everyone that tonight's meeting will be starting soon. Ah, yes, I shall go to the travel room now. See you soon, Mr. Jordan. Isn't that from another movie? I wouldn't know. Guess it could be. I'm not into horror stuff myself. Excuse me, Madam Rosenquist. I'm afraid I cannot speak right now, Mr. Jordan. I'm trying to focus my energy in communicating with the spirits and cannot break my concentration. Suit yourself. Can't sit on the couch. Do I need to go tell what's-her-face what happened? Oh, hi, Ben. Alice, you doing alright? I checked on Simon and he's alright, but something's very wrong in his house. What's wrong? I'm sure he'll be happy to tell you himself. I just came to let you know that the meeting will be starting soon. Okay, I'll head over to the travel room in a few minutes. That's all for now. Go tell Otto. What do you think of Madame Tilly's nightmare? I'm not quite sure what to make of it. The figure she described was consistent with physical descriptions given in the recorded cases of the hauntings here. However, whether or not she experienced an actual vision or just had a bad dream, I cannot say. Do you really think she's psychic? Again, I cannot make a conclusion till I see more evidence. Simon's okay, just a little shaken up. What happened? I'm sure he'll be honored to tell you the story. I came to let you know that the meeting will be starting soon. Alright, just let me just finish up some things here and I'll go to the travel room. Guess that covers everyone. Now, can we start the meeting? And the next thing I know, the water's turned to blood. Ah, Ben, you've arrived. Let's start the meeting then, shall we? How did they all get here ahead of me? Did they teleport? Now then, it seems clear by the phenomena we've experienced that there is obviously something in this house. Akago. I've called this meeting because I think that among the 5 of us we should come up with a plan to deal with the ghosts. I think one of our greatest priorities should be getting into the locked room on the top floor. I agree. It seems to me that exploring that room may yield some important information as to the spirits and their reason for haunting this house. How are we going to get inside? Nobody brought lockpicks and the key is gone. We seem to be out of luck. Yeah, we do seem to be at a dead end there. If I may, you all seem to be overlooking a very obvious way of dealing with the situation. Call the ghost. Oh, then by all means enlighten us, Madame Rosenquist. I'm a truth seer, and my specialty is communicating with the deceased. Therefore, the obvious thing to do is to establish a line of communication with the spirits so we may learn more and possibly reach a satisfactory diplomatic conclusion. The Paranormal Investigators, not the United Nations. I see your point, son. If we can somehow talk to the ghosts or ghosts, we might be able to get them to cooperate instead of just working against each other. Fair enough. How do we go about doing it? In this case, there are enough of us to perform a seance. Is this going to be like those old horror movies where you have to hold hands and start waiting for knocks on the table? Hollywood has greatly distorted the noble art of the seance, Mr. Jordan. I think you will find it quite different to your preconceived notions. Well, if it works, I'm up for it. As am I. Yeah, I don't see why we shouldn't give it a shot. Alright then, a seance it is. When can we do it? It's a bit complicated. Since I must serve as a medium, it is imperative that I can prepare myself. The earliest we can perform the seance is tomorrow evening. That's a long time. I must also ask a few favors from each of you, but this can wait until tomorrow. Right now I must return to my room and begin preparing. Good night, everyone. I shall speak with each of you tomorrow. Everyone bids Madame Tilly good night. Well, meeting adjourned then. I'm going to be up for a while longer and I brought some music. Anyone up for hanging out in here for a while? I'm afraid I must continue researching, so I bid you good night. Good night, Otto. I'll stick around. I'm not tired yet either. Right, how about you, Ben? Guess we can hang out. Sure, that'd be great. Cool, I'll go get my stereo. Where in his room was he hiding a stereo? So the chief says, death by Mau Mau. Good lord, that was terrible, Simon. Oh yeah, I'd like to see you do better, Mr. Witty Comedian. Just watch me. Have you heard the one about the guy whose friend has a magic lamp? I don't think so. And that's about the time I decided to become a paranormal investigator. Isn't that something Ben said in the previous game? At least you're majoring in something useful for the field. I wish I'd come up with the idea before graduating in international relations. I suppose it helps, though, with you globetrotting around in cases. I haven't done much globetrotting yet. I mean, I've just worked in the US and Britain. I want to go somewhere really far away, like Japan or something. I think one of the later games takes place in Japan. Me too. England's the only place outside the United States I've ever seen, so I'd like to get out and see more. Well, friends, it's gotten incredibly late and I'm knackered, so I'm going to get some sleep. It's 3 a.m. already? Wow. Alright guys, have a good night. We've got an interesting day ahead of us tomorrow. You head to your room and go to bed. You wake up the next morning after a comfortable and dreamless sleep. Oh, here I was expecting a nightmare. There's a knock at your door. Come in. Good morning, Mr. Jordan. Did you sleep well? Yeah, actually I did. How about you? I hope you didn't have any more nightmares. Thankfully I did not. In fact, I slept rather well considering the circumstances. At any rate, I've come to speak with you about tonight's séance.
Okay, I'm listening.
As we're trying to establish contact with a potentially hostile spiritual entity, I require 3 things from each participant.
Let me guess, a bell, book, and candle?
Please, Mr. Jordan, as a paranormal investigator, I'd expect you to be more open-minded.
Sorry, it was a bad joke. Anyway, what is it you need?
First, a personal item of yours, something that carries your aura, so that it can be focused and joined with the others and create a harmonic balance for summoning the spirit.
So it can't be something I just picked up?
I'm afraid not. It has to be something with some sort of deep personal meaning to you. By the way, you won't need to part with it. I just need you to show me you have something suitable. At the seance, you'll need to have it with you.
Alright, I'll have to think about that one, since I didn't really bring much with me to the house.
The second item is a bit more unpleasant.
How unpleasant are we talking here?
I'll need some of your blood. Spirits are attracted to human blood, you see. It's something that dates back to Homer's epic poems about venturing to Hades.
I had a feeling she was going to say that. Oh, is that all? That's not a big deal. I'm not squeamish around blood.
Good. Miss Wilkins nearly fainted when I told her. You'll just need to find a container to store the blood in. The final item is related to the elements. I have observed each of you and found that you all have a different elemental psyche, which is an excellent indication for our working together. I need each person to bring a sample of their particular element, and yours is fire, Mr. Jordan.
That's it?
Yes. I will be in the travel room if you have any questions about your items. I shall see you later.
Well, I guess first I better call the professor, since he had all of my stuff, so anything personal is bound to be with him. I missed a 0 again. 0, 2, 0, 4, 4, 6, 9, 0, 9, 7, 6. I need you to do me a favor. You know how I left some of my belongings in your care?
Indeed. I've put them in a safe storage place for you until you return. Actually, I was wondering if you would be able to bring me something. See, I don't want to leave the house until the case is solved, and I understand that a good detective does not leave the area unless absolutely necessary. Now, what was it you wanted?
I left a ring in the suitcase. Do you think you could bring it over here for me?
Wait one moment and I'll see if I can find it. Ah, yes. Is the gold ring with the red stone?
Yeah, that's the one.
When do you need it?
By tonight.
Very well. I shall take it as soon as you can. Listen for my knock at the door.
Will do, thank you. Well, that's all I wanted to talk about. Now I'll just cut myself. You could poke yourself with the scissors, but you have nothing to put your blood in. Darn it. Well. What could we possibly find around here that we could carry some blood in? Well, first of all, maybe we should go downstairs. Yep, there's Percy, right on cue.
Hello, Mr. Jordan. I've brought you your ring as you requested.
Wow, that was fast. Thanks a lot, Professor.
My pleasure. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm afraid I cannot stay. I have some work to do.
Okay, see you later. Ring get. Blood. Is there something in another person's room that I could borrow? Otto's not listening. Well, she's not in there. Obviously, she was in the travel room. Hey, Ben, what's up? Is your plumbing working all right now?
Yeah, it's working fine. Weirdest thing, though. No matter how hard I try, I can't get the bloodstains out of the shower or the bathroom floor. Out, damned spot. I take it Madame Rosenquist came to talk to you about the seance tonight? That she did, and she gave me the 3 requirement speech as well. The first 2 aren't a problem, but I have no idea what I'm going to do for my element. Which one did she say you were? Air. You wouldn't happen to have a portable air conditioner on you, would you? I'm afraid not. I wonder who got water. All they have to do is go to the sink and fill a cup. Well, it wasn't me. I got fire. Still, burning things is more doable than air. I'm sure you'll be fine. Just do what they did in the 5th Element and blow on something. I really enjoyed myself last night. I'm glad we hung out. Me too. Sometimes you don't realize how much you need to take a bit of relaxation to take your mind off the case. You and Alice are cool people. I'd like to keep in touch with you after this case is over. Yay, socializing. That'd be great. Who knows? Maybe we can work together in the future. Take it easy, Simon. See ya. Okay, so he doesn't have anything for me. Simon, would you mind if I took a look around in your bathroom? I'd like to see if I can find any clues. Sure, Ben, I guess that would be fine. Get your own if you're that desperate for toilet paper. There's a cabinet behind the mirror? Industrial strength toilet cleaner. Well, it worked in Phantasmagoria. Air could easily be a fan. I guess that's also true. Shower stall. Still covered with blood. You really have no interest in getting too close to the blood-soaked shower. Especially since he's already standing in it. I just had a thought. No. Thought maybe I could cut off a piece of toilet paper and maybe soak it in some blood, but that doesn't seem to work. No cabinet in my room. Alice doesn't want me poking around in her places. That came out wrong. Last time was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Yeah, I had a great time. It really made me feel like I was back home with my friends. I'm really glad I met you and Simon. I think the 3 of us have a lot in common. So, did you get the old seance talk from Madame Rosenquist? Don't remind me about it. She scared me half to death with all that. And when she said I needed to give her some of my blood, I almost fainted. It's not so much the blood part, just the fact that she asked me for it. It's like some old vampire or something. I've seen vampires. She's nothing compared to them. So what element did you get? Water. It's ironic, really, considering the circumstances. What circumstances are those? Well, it seems my toilet is acting up. Don't tell me the water turned to blood. No, nothing like that. It just won't flush. I called Mr. Miggs about it to see if he could get a plumber over here, but I haven't heard back from him yet. Did this start recently? I don't know. This morning was the first time I tried using it. Mr. Miggs said nobody has stayed in my room for over 50 years, so it's most likely just due to lack of use. You would have thought he'd plan ahead. I'll see you later. Bye, Ben. I swear, if he's just outside this whole time filming us like we're on the Blair Witch Project, I'm going to be very disappointed. There she is again. Have you got time to answer some questions, Madame Rosenquist? Yes, I do. What would you like to know? As I said when we introduced ourselves, I'm a true seer, blessed with the gift of the sight. Okay, but what do you do for fun? I mean, have you got hobbies or anything? Well, I enjoy playing cribbage on weekends with my friends. What exactly is the sight? Simply put, it is the ability to see beyond the mundane and look into the far regions of reality. I can detect things nobody else can. I can see your aura and determine your fate. No offense, but that sounds kind of spooky. Oh, not at all, my dear. Although knowing the future can sometimes be a curse, it is as much as a blessing. So can you predict what will happen to us in the house? Yes, but I prefer not to affect the outcome by saying anything. I believe what is meant to happen will. I see. So if any of us die, you won't tell us because it's the way it's supposed to be? You make it seem cruel by putting it that way. Well, do me a favor, and if you see me getting my head chopped off or anything, let me know so I can at least be prepared. What was it you said you needed to get me to get for the seance? An item with deep personal meaning to you, some of your blood, and something related to the element of fire. Right, I'll just get on that. What do you think of the other investigators? Mr. Miggs has chosen very wisely. We all complement each other very well. If you'd like to know what I think of each person, I'll be glad to inform you. What do you think of Alice? She's a lovely girl, very in tune with herself. Her element is water, which is the direct complement to yours. Complementary elements are ideal partners, you know. I don't think I'm ready for a relationship right now. I had a bad experience with a girl recently, and... Ah, yes, I detected the deep sorrow in your aura when I first saw you. Oh, I'm sure you did. Laughing Simon brought some of his shower blood. Originally I was thinking we needed to do that too, but I guess not. What about Simon? Any thoughts on him? Simon is very noble and brave, but I fear he may be too reckless. He does not possess the will to evaluate situations logically. I'm concerned that his strategy would lead to tragedy. Have you had any visions of him dying? Not explicitly. When he appears in my visions, I see a black void. What could that mean? I don't know, but it is not a good omen. What's your opinion on Otto? A man shrouded in mystery. How did I know she was going to say that? I sense tragedy in him and can see that something in his past haunts him. However, he is not the type to open up and say what he feels. Instead, he prefers to stick with facts and technical details. To tell you the truth, I rather feel a sense of pity for dear Otto. Right. Toilet cleaner. Hang on a second. Block toilet. I have toilet cleaner. See if maybe that'll help Alice. And then we could probably use the empty jar to store my blood in. You don't think that offer would be appreciated? No. Oh, you said your toilet was acting up. Would you mind if I took a look at it? You decided to take a closer look at the toilet. You don't particularly feel like sticking your hand in toilet water. Toilet mechanism attached to the flush handle allows the water to drain out of the toilet. Grime. A thick layer of grime is built up around the base of the stopper. Well, that's why we brought this stuff. You dump the entire jar of toilet cleaner into the tank, hoping to clear the grime. After what seems like years, the grime finally dissolves. You keep the now empty jar. Yep, just as I thought. Using the scissors, you cut your index finger and slowly let your blood drip into the empty jar you're carrying. Oh. He tapped off quite a bit from how full that thing is. Now contains quite a bit of your blood. That's fun. Oh, I can't tell her I fixed her toilet. Or should I... -1 HP. Or should I actually test it? Porcelain's cool to the touch. No problem pulling the... Oh, hello! A tiny, slightly damp silver key. Ah. Well, I fixed your toilet, Alice. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Should I tell her about it? Guess not. Silver key. Where could that possibly go? No hidden keyholes in the bookcase. Remembering Madame Tilly's nightmare and your conversation with Alice, you decide to roll up the rug and see if there's anything underneath it. Ah. You bend down and try to key in the trapdoor's lock. At first you think it isn't going to work, but soon the lock clicks open. Well, well, well. You hold your breath as you descend into the room below. Spooky. You search the cabinet and find a large wax candle and a book of matches. Well, that's our fire right there. Guess this was the emergency cabinet for power outages. Large wax candle. Oh. Can't close it anymore. Right. Well, I got everything I need for the seance, so let's show Madame Rosenquist. Have this candle? Yes, that will work brilliantly. Thank you, Mr. Jordan. Here you are, Madame Rosenquist, a jar full of some of my blood. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Jordan. And the ring. Look, Madame Rosenquist, I've got a personal item. It's a ring that was given to me by my grandfather before he died. Yes, that will work perfectly. Good job. Wonderful. You've fulfilled all 3 requirements. And now evening draws near. I shall summon the others so we can have our seance. Now then, we have all gathered here to summon the spirits dwelling in this house. Each of you has provided your element and a sample of your blood. Now I ask each of you to present your personal item and explain its significance, starting with you, Otto. My personal item is a pin given to me by my late wife, Anna. She passed away not long ago, and this is all I have left to remember her. I carry it with me everywhere I go. I bought a book on ghosts. I first read it when I was 12 years old, and it got me started on my career path. I've got the first CD I ever bought with my own money. It means a lot to me because it was a symbol that I had finally made it on my own and was financially independent. Well, this ring belonged to my grandfather before he passed away. He was the only one in my family who ever supported my love for the paranormal, so that's why it means so much to me. Wonderful. Now that everyone has presented their items, we can begin the seance. I ask for all of you to focus on the energy's presence in this house. Spirits of Berkeley Square, we summon you to this room. If you are with us, make your presence known. Nothing seems to be happening. Silence, Mr. Booth. You must not break your concentration or the seance will fail. Again, I call on the spirits inhabiting this house. We wish to speak with you. Suddenly, you notice the room's temperature drops slightly. Ah yes, I can feel the spiritual presence. Someone is here with us. Oh spirit, we request an audience. The room is definitely getting very cold now. Spirit of number 50 Berkeley Square, make your presence known to us. Whoa. Holy. Oh spirit, tell us who you are and why you haunt this house. The ghost's voice is hard to understand. It sounds like it blows in and out with the wind. Many years ago, I made the foolish mistake of staying in this house for the night. I was attacked by the nameless horror and fell to my death from the top floor window. I warn you all, I'm not the only ghost in this house. Beware the nameless horror, the doom of myself and the other unfortunate souls who dwell here. Tell us, spirit, how many others are there? Over 9,000! There are 4 others, 2 of them in this room. However, they do not wish to speak to you. Why did the water in my shower turn to blood? The horror is not happy with your presence here. We've been avoiding it, but the longer you stay, the angrier it will become. Beware, save yourselves, do not end up as I did, for it is a most terrible fate. The others and I have done our best to protect you far from the horror, but we will weak against it when it becomes enraged. So why did the horror suddenly become active again after all these years? The horror sometimes lays dormant for years at a time. It has always done so and always will. I cannot stay here any longer. I've given you all fair warning. Do not remain here any longer or face the wrath of the horror. Go in peace, spirit. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I nearly pissed my pants just then. Too much information. Fascinating. We are very fortunate to have experienced this phenomenon. That poor sailor, doomed to haunt this house for all these years. Mr. Miggs told me the story about him. Is he gone now, Madame Rosenquist? Madame Rosenquist? You notice Madame Rosenquist has a glassy look in her eyes. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. What's not good? It knows we are here. It knows we have spoken to the spirit. It? You mean the horror? It is approaching. Oh God, help us. It draws near. What the hell's going on? Let's get the hell out of here. Later that evening. Oh, that was something. I sure hope Madame Rosenquist is okay. You didn't bother to go and check? Well, how is she? She'll be fine. I have moved her to my room, but for now she must rest. So, where do we go from here? We know there's definitely at least one friendly ghost and one hostile ghost in the house. Okay, so they did look after Madame Rosenquist. I thought they just left her in the dark room. Well, now that we've made that assertion, we move on to the next step, which is ridding the house of the hostile entity. You mean like an exorcism? Well, sort of. We'll be trying to expel the horror, yes, but we won't need any priests. Then how will we do it, Mr. Booth? You kind of got me there. I've never done it before. I've only heard tell of more scientific methods of exorcisms. If research is what we need, I am prepared to dedicate all my time to the matter. Alright then, you can find out how to get rid of the horror. I'll see if I can't find some way into the locked room. If you want, I can help you with the research, Otto. Yes, I would appreciate the help. Thank you, Miss Wilkins. And I guess I'll figure something out. Okay then, let's get to it. So what am I supposed to do? Everyone else seems to know exactly what's going on, and I'm clueless. I'm not even here. Damn it, who am I kidding? I'm not a paranormal investigator. I'm just some college kid who wanted to see the world. Wow, being awfully harsh on himself all of a sudden. I'm lucky I haven't been killed yet on these cases. Talk about dumb luck. Ben Jordan. What? Who said that? If death is what you seek, I will be happy to provide. Oh, crap. Oh, man, what a nightmare. This case is really starting to get to me. You quickly get dressed and prepare to take care of the most important business of the morning. Oh, hello. Looks like someone left you a little note. Don't touch that, it's evidence. Well then, that's spooky. Well, look who's woken up. It's Ben Jordan. Good morning, sunshine. Are you okay, Simon? You seem a bit upset. Me upset? No, not at all. I'm just a bit confused at the fact that this bloody door here seems to have shown up out of nowhere. So I see. Have you opened it yet? No, not yet. Alice suggested waiting. She doesn't think it would be a good idea to go inside, but I'm getting a bit impatient. Well, it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be a good idea to do anything rash. Rash? Let me ask you something. Have you been in downstairs today, Ben? No, I just got up a couple of minutes ago. Why? Well, I'll do you a favor and let you know. The front door is locked. Locked? Yes, locked, as in we're trapped in here like bloody rats with some psychopath ghost who's getting his jollies by fucking with our minds. Calm down, Simon. The last thing we need is one of us to lose our head. Oh yeah, great choice of words there, Ben. Excuse me, Princess? You don't want to go looking around in there by yourself. Alice? Alice, I'm a little concerned about Simon. What's wrong? Well, I just saw him and he seemed really upset. He didn't really seem like himself. I mean, so far he's been pretty calm and collected. Maybe he's just showing his true colors. You think so? No, but it's a possibility. I'm really starting to get sick of people saying they're one thing and turning out to be something else. Well, you could try talking to him and seeing what's wrong. Yeah, good idea. Have you seen the new door outside? Yeah, I was the first to notice it this morning. That Simon came along and wanted to look inside, but I suggested waiting until everyone woke up so we could decide what to do. Have you heard anything about Madame Tilly? No, I haven't checked on her today. As far as I know, she's sleeping in Otto's room. I hope she's okay. That seance really seemed to take a lot out of her. You haven't by any chance gotten any strange messages on your bathroom mirror, have you? No, why do you ask? I woke up this morning, I found the words "Get Out" written on my mirror in a red substance. What? Yeah, it wasn't exactly a welcome sight. My God, this is getting scarier by the minute. And that's all for now. Maybe I should place a call again. Let the outside world know what's happening. Don't you dare tell me there's no signal. Ah! I'm gonna lynch Gonzalez for making me go through this. Well, Percy didn't have anything new to say anyhow. Oh. That's not a 9. That's a 4. Even I can't read my handwriting, it seems. That's odd. Mix isn't answering. Okay. Mix is definitely fucking with us. Ah, Mr. Jordan, how may I help you? How's the research going? Quite well. So far I've managed to get a lead on the technique Simon referred to last night. It should only be a matter of time before I find something concrete. That's great news. Is Madame Tilly alright? As you can see, she's been sleeping for over 18 hours now. The seance did not agree with her at all. However, I do not think it did any damage to her mind. She will hopefully be up and walking again soon. Did you see the door in the hall? Which one? The one that didn't used to be there. No, I'm afraid I haven't left my room today. You say a new door has just appeared? Yeah, between mine and Simon's room. Very curious. This morning I found the words "Get Out" written on my bathroom mirror. Did you see who or what wrote it? No, I didn't. It was just there. Very strange. Not only that, but the front door is locked. I get the unpleasant feeling that this nameless horror is going to express its displeasure about being here more frequently. However, if the horror wants us to get out, why would it lock our only means of escape? I think the message on my mirror may have been written by one of the friendly spirits. It is a possibility. That's all. Let her nap. Okay. Yeah, Simon's not in, obviously. And yeah, the door is locked just as they said. Anything down here? Whoa. Bit of a clipping error there. You can't reach the window from here. Well, move the cabinet over there so we can get up on it, but no. Nothing important in here then. Okay, this is probably a really stupid idea, but what if we go check out the storeroom again? Since that's where we had a little nightmare. Or at least in our nightmare, that's where we saw the horror. It's not in the box. It's not in the books. Not in the lamp. Okay, guess we're safe then. I'm just gonna save my game again, just to be on the safe side. So, what is Simon up to? Oh, yeah, still trying to get in here. Well, I guess he didn't take the key then, if he's still not able to get through the lock. About the door that just appeared. What about it? What do you think? I think it's the doing of whatever haunts this house. I also think it's pretty damn scary. Did you by any chance have any strange messages in your room today? No, can't say I did. Why? Someone or something wrote "Get Out" on my bathroom mirror. Well, that's not surprising given the phenomena we've experienced. At least you didn't get a bloody shower. Simon, are you okay? You seemed really upset earlier. You know, if there's anything wrong, you can tell me. Oh yes, never mind that. I apologize for how I acted. I should have been less aggressive towards you. Okay. It's just that in the few years I've been a ghost hunter, I've never experienced anything like this. I guess I just let it get to me. Anyway, we need to do something about that door that just popped up. Yeah, I agree. I'm thinking we should just open the door and see what there is inside. Now, that's what I wanted to hear. Let's go have a look then, shall we? It's a bad idea. I suppose it's the only option at the moment. Ready when you are. Simon opens the door and you both step inside. Bloody hell, it's certainly dark in here. I can't even tell how big the room is. Doesn't look too big. I think I see a wall just a few feet up ahead. Simon, where you going? What? Don't wander off too far. I don't trust this room. Something about it just doesn't feel right. Don't worry. I'll give you a shout when I reach the other end of the room. Oh boy. Simon? Shit. Not good. Before we... Oh. I was about to say before we do anything stupid we should go get Alice, but... Seems we're not that lucky. Oh, well, room's not that big after all, but... Simon is nowhere to be found. Where the hell could he be? Dun dun dun! And the door's gone. Uh-oh. What is going on here? Oh shit. This is getting a bit Silent Hill. Hey, now there's a door over here. Oh god, what are we gonna find behind this? By entering this room, you're taken aback by its size. My god, this room is bigger than the entire house. How's that even possible? It's bigger on the inside. Plot twist, the house is secretly a TARDIS. Well now, is this a maze or something? I hope not. Take a deep breath and prepare to go through the door. What's behind door number 1? This looks to be the same room we were in before. Looks to be. Yeah, still nothing on the other side. That's fun. No, at least the door's still here. Door number 2, then. Take a deep breath and prepare to go through the door. Ah! Really? You can always trade it for what it is in the mystery box. A new car! I swear to God. This turns out to be a game show. I am out. Huh. All 3 of the doors lead to the exact same place, it looks like. Looks like. Ha ha. Should I try calling a friend? You don't seem to be able to get any service in this room. Why did I know it was going to say that? But hey, with all the supernatural happenings going around, I can kind of understand it. So there's absolutely nothing else in this room. Well, a whole lot of nothing. What about these doors? No use talking to it, it won't answer. One of 3 identical doors. Set the place on fire. Ah, you never let me have any fun. Contact info is still the same. Can I cut my way out? Can I cut myself? No desire to do that again. Do I just go back the same way I came? No. Darn it. What do you want from me, ghosts? Is there anything in this darkness? Oh boy. Ask yourself if you're up for this challenge and conclude that you are. You hum to yourself in an attempt to keep your wits about you. Hey, Purple Ronnie. Magnata done streaming? Saw that he started on King's Quest 4 at the exact same time that I started with Ben Jordan Case 4. 4 and 4, what a coinky dink. Well, this game is turning out to be pretty spooky so far. Oh, hey. Multitasking. Very flattered that someone's calling me babe. Well, this is definitely worrying. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. All these doors lead to the exact same place. You know, if this were Killer 7, I could just cut myself and spray the blood over a wall to reveal a hidden door or something. Ah, I see. Wait, can I light a match to clear up the darkness, maybe? Oh, no, it's fine, Ronnie. It's just kind of taken aback by it. Okay, can't do anything with the phone here. Okay. What you want from me? Oh, So what, do I just stand around and hope that something will happen sooner or later? Nah, that's probably not likely. Goes back to the big room, you think. I'm just going to examine and talk to everything I possibly can. Notes are of no use either. It's like an old cartoon, isn't it? Don't know what cartoons you watched when you were young, Fletcher. They weren't usually this spooky, at least as far as I can remember. Unless you're referring to, you know, the Scooby-Doo doors thing. That doesn't really work when you're on your own. I still say this place is a TARDIS. You know, bigger on the inside, doors that lead to multiple places. It's just like Destiny of the Doctors. Already tried the cell phone. Wait. No service in this room. What if I tried it in another room? Like this one? Okay, no service here either. What is going on here? What's with this dark spot on the floor here? Okay, that's nothing either. Shake the box and hear several matches rattling around inside. Can I use the matches by themselves if I stand in a particular place? Maybe that's what I did wrong before. I don't know. I can't use these two things together. That door wasn't there before, was it? Have I tried walking around this big empty room before? Okay, I think I've exhausted every possibility. What am I supposed to do here, Fletcher? Enlighten me.
If at first you don't succeed, adjust the lens some more. The dig joke. Whoa, what the heck? Okay, I did not expect that. Just the suddenly stepping into a completely different room and hearing the score sound. Oh, that really startled me for some reason. What do you mean he's disappeared? I was looking around inside the new door, and when he went ahead of me, when I went to look for him, he'd vanished. Something's not right in there. Doors and rooms kept shifting around. So what do we do now? Well, let's go tell Otto about the situation. Okay, good plan. So he just vanished into thin air? Yeah, something like that. Just like that. This is very peculiar. If what you describe is accurate, the space inside that series of rooms you were in is inexplicably larger than the area of this house. I read about this phenomenon once. A man disappeared as well. The house seemed to swallow him into a void. So you're saying Simon is most likely dead? Unfortunately, the man who disappeared was never seen again. I'm afraid Simon may indeed be dead. Oh no. God damn it. All we were supposed to do was investigate a haunting, and it's ended up killing Simon and putting Madame Rosenquist into a coma. Now, Mr. Jordan, please, calm down. How can I possibly calm down? Every time I start getting attached to someone, they die. It's already happened twice, and now it's again with Simon. I'm getting sick of this. I'm ready to pack up and just get the hell out of here. Except you can't remember, the front door is locked. Mr. Jordan, this is not the way to handle things. I understand your pain. I recently lost my wife and 2 children in an automobile accident. Oh, I'm sorry. Do not be. We lose those we care about. Life is cruel that way. However, when tragedies occur, we cannot allow ourselves to be overcome with grief. It is necessary to carry on no matter what happens. You're right, Otto. I'm sorry I had that outburst. Now, we may have lost Simon, but we still have a job to do. Just before you arrived, I found a link to a site describing how to establish contact with the spirit and drive it away. Well, at least he still has internet access. Okay, what do we have to do? First, we need to gather at the point where the spiritual activity is most strong. The room at the top floor? Precisely. Okay, then what? We must somehow get the spirit's attention, then channel its energies to create a portal to send it to the spirit netherworld. Whoa, this sounds pretty complicated. Don't worry about it, Mr. Jordan. This is my field. However, I will need Alice's training as a parapsychologist to assist me. Of course, Otto. Anything I can do, let me know. Miss Wilkins, you and I must prepare everything for the summoning and driving away of the spirit. Mr. Jordan, I am putting you in charge of finding a way into the room. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Very good. Miss Wilkins and I will be here. Let us know when you have found the way into the room. Good luck, guys. And to you as well. See you soon, Ben. Sure. Just find a key that has completely disappeared into nothingness. No problem at all. I'm staying out of there for the time being. Hello? Mr. Jordan, it's Percival Jones. I've done the research you requested. Oh yeah, that's great. What did you find out? Well, most of what I discovered was pretty well-known information, which I'm sure you are already aware of. However, there's one particular piece of information you may be interested in. I'm listening.
It seems that several years ago, some of the windows in the house were painted over to prevent people on the street from seeing inside. Oh, I thought it was just grime. It's more than that, just that, however. In certain rooms, the windows aren't really windows at all. That is to say, the panes are just facades. So what are they really? That's the interesting part. They're just pieces of cardboard. Cardboard? That's ridiculous. How does that keep the rain out? I hardly believed it myself, but apparently it's the only windows that don't get much rain. I don't know if this will benefit you in any way, but I thought you ought to know. No, I'm sure it will come in handy. Thanks, Professor. You're quite welcome. Goodbye, Mr. Jordan. Check all the windows. You give the window a quick shove, and you're quite slightly surprised to find it flies out of the frame and floats gently down to the street below. Jumping out of the window probably isn't a great idea. It's a long drop. We can't... Oh, windowsill. Can we climb out? I must be crazy for doing this. You take a deep breath, then climb up on the windowsill and out onto the ledge. Hey, it worked for Gabriel Knight. The house is starting to show its age. Someone should get that fixed. A drain pipe runs down the wall. It must drain water from the roof. A section of pipe looks loose. I can't climb it? Can I reach any other windows from here, maybe? Nah. Okay, let's check the other windows. You don't want to go looking around in there by yourself. Perfectly reasonable. Didn't want to talk to it. I don't think there were any windows in this next room either. Nah. Yeah, that just leads up to the attic and the locked door. Well, I guess the only other windows we could possibly check out are the ones in the lobby. No, no such luck. Nope, nope. So much nope. Was there a window in here? Yeah. That's not working either. Exactly how are we going to get the ghost out of the house? It's more than just getting it out of the house. We will be sending it to another dimension. All right. According to what we've been reading, opening up a portal to the so-called Dimension of Death is just a matter of turning the spirit's energies against it. You mean just yelling at it to go into the light? Something like that, only not as diplomatic. I sure hope this works. It must. I can't help but feel somehow responsible for what happened to Simon. Oh, Ben, don't blame yourself. There was nothing you could have done. I could have stopped him from going ahead by himself. Miss Wilkins is right. Simon was a very strong-willed person. If he wanted to go ahead alone, you would not have been able to hold him back. Please, do not feel responsible. It is in no way your fault. Thanks, guys. I guess you're right. Is Madam Tilly getting any better? She's not done much for the past couple of hours. I'm starting to get a little worried about her, actually. Do not worry too much. Once we expel the spirit, she will be fine. The hypersensitivity seems to be preventing her from making a recovery right now, since the horror is sending out negative energies. I'll let you two get back to researching. Bye, Ben. Until later, Mr. Jordan. Stark outside, but through the open window we see the building across the way and a small ledge outside. Oh, hang on. I picked up a piece of pipe outside. Is there anything I can use that with? Piece of drain pipe. Feels sturdy. No chance I could possibly use that to break the lock on the door? Or I could use that to ring the bell. Maybe that'll work? Doesn't seem to work. Alright, Locke. You might not give in to lockpicks or keys, but let's see how you do against a pissed-off paranormal investigator. I'm Ben Jordan, hear me roar. You gather up all your strength and prepare to hit the lock as hard as you can. To your slight surprise, the padlock breaks off and the door creaks open. Seriously? Just hitting it works? Nobody ever thought to try that? Or maybe the ghost is letting me in. Ooh. Oh. Here goes nothing. There's some odd markings in the wall. They look like scratch marks with a dried, dark red substance on them. Blood? Running your fingers across the marks, you realize they were made by human fingers. Death is only the beginning. Hey, Magnata. Done with Kingsworth 4? Hey, Dean Punk 1? I was trying to do something with the markings, but nah, didn't think that was gonna work. Okay, markings. Is there anything we can do with the window? You'd rather not get near the window if you can avoid it. Oh, hey, rope. Which you deduce is connected to the bell outside. Well, that didn't seem to do anything. Fuck the stairs. Everyone loves the stairs in King's Quest games. So much so they made an entire game dedicated to it. So, ringing the bell didn't do a whole lot. Well, we managed to open the room. That's what we were trying to accomplish anyway, so I should go tell the guys about that. No more for today. Well, I did it. I managed to get the door to the horror room open. Really? That's great. How did you manage it? I It's amazing how far a little rage in a metal pipe can take you. Now let us all go upstairs and see what we can do about these ghosts. It feels strange in here, almost like the air was charged with electricity. Yes, I feel it too. We are definitely not alone here. So how do we get the attention of the horror? That's what we were researching. Otto and I found two ancient texts. One to summon spirits and another one to open a gateway to the dimension of death. The summoning must be performed by a female and the portal opening by a male. That's interesting. Those crazy ancients knew their stuff, didn't they? Indeed. Whenever you're ready, Miss Wilkins. Alice prepares herself, then begins chanting a verse in Latin. Tempus aeternum mortis. Aeternum mortis quis hoc eventum simile. Mortis sub est quia recit... Whatever. Nothing seems to be happening. Well, I'm kind of relieved, actually. I was worried some floating skeleton with an apron and a machete was going to materialize and kill us all. Suddenly, you hear footsteps coming up the stairs. Listen, someone is coming! Get ready, who knows what might come through that door. Madam Rosenquist, you're feeling better? Alice, I don't know about you, but right now the last word I'd use to describe her is better.
Silence, mortals! I warned you, but still you insisted on staying in my house.
Oh.
Now that I've possessed the body of this human, I can destroy you all as I should have done when you first arrived.
Otto, quick, open the portal. Quius prada est.
Silence!
Keep it up, Otto. I can handle this. Semper fibriam.
Out of my way, mortal.
Whoa. Alice! Septum mort supesti.
You may have opened the portal, but we shall see how long it lasts after I've killed you.
Uh-oh. I gotta do something. Hit her over the head with the pipe. You try and lift the pipe to hit Madame Tilly with it, but find you can't move your arms.
I wouldn't try it if I were you.
Stab her? Don't think that offer would be appreciated. Gee, you think? Burn her? Talk to her. Portal. Is there anything I can do with the portal? Can I tackle her? You'd really rather not. There's not much you can do with the portal. Oh boy. You consider jumping out and saving Alice, but you figure Otto probably needs your help more right now. Good call. From the paper. What about the markings? Balls. Oh, of course, ring the bell.
Ah, my ears! That cursed bell!
Now. You prepare to deliver a swift blow to Madame Tilly's midsection with the pipe. I hope I didn't hurt her too bad. Mr. Jordan, you did it! You sent the horror through the portal! Yeah, but we're not out of the woods yet. Check and see if Madame Tilly is okay. I have to find out if Alice is still alive. I will meet you downstairs. Oh, she's okay. Alice, you're okay! But how... Simon! You're alive! It would appear so, yes. I don't understand. What happened? Well, after we got separated inside that crazy series of rooms, I got stuck in a huge room without doors for some time. I'd all but given up and figured I was going to starve to death in there when all of a sudden I found myself outside the house. Just as I happened to be flying out of the window. Lucky for Alice, I looked up and saw her falling towards me, at which point my reflexes kicked in and I caught her. Lucky break. That's amazing. Yeah, but if this experience has taught me anything, it's that amazing things are to be expected when dealing with the paranormal. So, did you get rid of the horror? Yeah, but I'll tell you guys all about it later. Right now, all I want to do is get out of this house. Amen to that. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Yeah, the past few days have definitely been out of the ordinary. I assume Mr. Wiggs was pleased pleased that you rid the house of the ghost? Well, yeah, he was pretty happy about it. He was also pretty happy about all of us surviving, especially after I told him about all the close calls we had. So, have you got any plans for what you'll be doing next? I don't know. I was talking to Simon and Alice, and the three of us came to the conclusion that we'd like to join up and solve a case together sometime. I intend to take them up on the offer sooner rather than later. I see. Well then, Mr. Jordan, I believe congratulations are in order for another case solved. And I, of course, wish you luck on any future cases you undertake. Thanks for your hospitality and all your help, Professor Jones. I'll be in touch. That's right, Mr. Jordan. You certainly will be. Dun dun dun. Well, this was definitely a fun one. Good little spooky mystery. Like the different characters. Puzzles were interesting. Simple, but, you know, nothing too out of the ordinary, except for that whole bit in the different rooms with all the weird doors and all, but that was just a bit of trial and error, I guess. Ryan Williams was one of the beta testers. I saw his name on one of the books earlier. Yeah, definitely the best one so far. Pretty cool. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, good fun, and that about wraps things up for tonight, as always. Well, as always, whatever. Certainly hope you all had fun. I certainly did. And I'd like to thank you all for watching, as always. And we'll be seeing each other again on Monday when we continue with Case 5. We're certainly progressing through these pretty quickly, which is good. So, till then, have a good night all. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.